All right, this is the Wild Woosy. All right, and so what it consists of is two cables that are run all the way down. And what happens is two participants start down here on the end. They hop up on the cable and they work their way out. And as they go down the cable, what happens is these cables get further and further apart. Now this particular one's a little bit of an easier one, but it still provides a challenge to folks. And so what happens is a couple of key takeaways on this. As a participant hops up on there, you want to have a spotter as they get up on. And then as they come out, as the participants come down the cable, what's going to happen is you're going to want to have spotters put their hands on their knees, have a straight back, and then as the participants are hanging over them like so, you want to have more people jump in there as they come out. So, you know, as we get all the way out here down the cable, you might have 3 or 4 people like this with their hands on their knees, their back straight. The other key takeaway with this, so spotting is your key takeaway, number one. As they come out, you need to add people in and they need to be ready and go. And so, you know, just having people come in, that's where your medical screening is going to be really important. Like, oh, this person has, you know, back injuries. Probably spotting the Wild Woosy, not the best idea. The other one, interlocked fingers, okay? So as participants are doing this, you want to encourage them to clasp hands like this, no interlocked fingers, because if one of them falls, crunch. So hands clasped, no interlocked fingers, spotters coming in just like this. Where do I like to use this in a program? About midway through, because it adds a whole nother level of challenge. One of the things I don't like about it is most low elements, you have a lot of people, everybody's involved. This one, you typically only have 2 people at a time. And then with spotters, here you could have 6 people at a time involved as the spotters come in. But that's kind of, so middle of the program is about where you'd use this to later in the program. And then the only other thing to note about this is this element could be a high element as well. So on certain courses, this is a high element that is belayed. And then the other thing I've done with this is, again, with small children and kids groups, they're not tall enough to get all the way out. So probably I wouldn't use this, but if I were to use this, what you could do is I like to tie a ring of rope on here, and then as a group they have to try to kick it down as far as they can down the cable and see how far down the cable they can get, and, you know, make it somewhat fun. Put a line on the ground like, oh, this is the furthest that any 10-year-old group has ever gotten, you know, and then, you know, you guys got it, oh my goodness. So there's all sorts of stuff like that that you can do to kind of keep folks engaged.